most people think, I'm scared I'll get hurt, so they close their hearts off. And ironically, they close their hearts off to the most loving people in the moment right now. But what they actually attract are other people with closed hearts. So a people pleaser's got their heart closed, and they only attract takers.
Wow.
If you're a people pleaser, you're scared, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, the takers see right through that. So let's say you really want to be rich, it's based on how willing you are to be poor.
Wow.
If you want the ultimate relationship, it's based on how willing you are to be alone. If you can love being alone, you'll cry out your codependency, you'll cry out the old story, and then you create a space for that. But if everyone is ambitiously just trying to date, they're going to be two attachments that are stopping each other from their inner truth, so it won't land. It won't last, right? So, and it goes all the way to, you want the best life? Totally accept death.
Wow.
To have the greatest life in the world, be completely and fully accepting of death. And the more you go, I'm fine with death, the more you feel free, right? It's weird because what we have now is a world of people who are really trying to put a million locks on the doors and protect themselves from a life they're not living. Right? Like, I gotta protect, I gotta keep my freedom, I gotta have all the weapons, I gotta have all the stuff. That's nice. Do what you need to do, but are you living it? Because weirdly, the more you live your life fully, the less fear you have of death.
You're not obsessing over like every lock and
right.
booby trap in your house and security systems or whatever. I'm not saying you shouldn't have security systems,
right.
but yeah.
But what if, ironically, that's what's like, what I find is the more you live and you accept your darkness, like your strength is based on how much you accept what you call your darkness. Right? So I'm sitting here and I meditate, and in the meditation, light and dark show up at the same time. And who am I if I'm looking at both? So I'm sitting here holding space for light and darkness. So I'm now the space that can carry both. Usually we're avoiding our darkness, so we just have this capacity. Just positivity, no negativity. But I'm like, what if we got this, right? So you're sitting here, and the more you accept your darkness, the more people aren't going to screw with you because they're scared of theirs. The people that we perceive as some of the most dangerous, manipulative, narcissistic people are actually, ironically, horrified of their own darkness. Right? So when you're shining a light and you're fine with all your truth and you're fine with everything, that scares the shit out of the manipulators. Yeah. So you start to get divinely protected the more you open your heart. See, most people think, I'm scared I'll get hurt, so they close their hearts off. And ironically, they close their hearts off to the most loving people in the moment right now. But what they actually attract are other people with closed hearts. So a people pleaser's got their heart closed, and they only attract takers.
Wow. Right?
If you're a people pleaser, you're scared, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, the takers see right through that.
And they take everything from you.
Right.
Constantly.
Because that's the match to what you're being.
Wow.
So if you open your heart, you're like, I'm scared I'll get hurt. Actually, you're getting hurt because you're not opening it, right? So life is trying to give us a ton of shit, but we've never seen what life's like when we're not constantly scared of our own darkness and achieving to avoid it. When you just sit there and love yourself, and I don't mean like confess everything to the world, like we think, so that means make a million videos and tell the world. Right. It's like, I'm talking
be vulnerable every moment, you don't have to do that.
So you're like doing that and now that's your addiction. Like, look everybody,
well, you get validated from that.
Yeah.
I've seen that story too.
I'm talking you working through your stuff, and the biggest power you have is your own forgiveness, not for any reason other than to free you in that. You know, and then just completely forgiveness of others.
That's so key. Forgiveness is everything.
Yeah.
But so many people don't forgive themselves for the longest times.
Well, guilt is a great way to stay the same.
Oh my gosh.
The things you feel guilty about keep you actually in the same grade. It's almost like, let's say you're emotionally in 3rd grade. And then you did something that you feel bad about. So now you feel guilty. Well, guilt keeps you in 3rd grade because it's a way to stay the small story.
Wow.
Forgiveness moves you to 4th grade, so you become someone who would never do the thing anymore.
Right.
Right? So by staying guilty, you're actually staying in the vibration, and your own repression of yourself is going to cause you to lash out at other things and do more of the same because you've put your own prison on yourself that says you can't, and then an inside part of you goes, screw you to that. You get what I'm saying?
You keep repeating the pattern.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. So how long should we feel guilty for? Or should we never feel, like if we did something, we're like, okay, I reflect on that. I know that wasn't the right thing.
That's a good point. There can be the narcissistic other side. It's fine that I did that. It's fine that Right? Well, what I liked, one of the things for me about meditation is it transforms the old story. It's almost like going to the bathroom every day emotionally.
Yeah, it's
like,
nice.
You know?
It's releasing those emotional bowels, huh?
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is most people when they meditate, they're scared of what's coming up. And that's the equivalent of going to the bathroom for the very first time after 40 years and being scared to do this because you think you're the poop. Right? You're like, this stuff's coming out. That's me leaving. No. You're the butt. You're the space that it's leaving. Right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to force it. You don't have to do. In fact, it's exactly the same. All you have to do is sit and wait. And then the first day, if you didn't crap for 40 years, the first day is going to be a nightmare. So when people meditate,
it's going to flow out.
Yeah. They cry and they release all this, and it's insane. But then eventually it's down to good hour a day.
Yeah.
You know?
But you need that emotional diarrhea for maybe a week, maybe a full 48 hours or a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the thing, is what I'm trying to teach people, is you're the butt, not the poop.
Now, we're supposed to be talking more about money.
Are you tearing up?
No, I'm just laughing.
Okay,
I'm
that's
laughing,
like your emotions are showing. It's awesome.
I was actually funny. I've been crying a lot this year.
Hell yeah.
Like, in this relationship I'm in, I'm just like, she just does something where I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so much love because I'm allowing myself to receive it. I'm finally being like, I was in these relationships that I was choosing after my last relationship ended, and it didn't end in a good way. I really woke up. I was like, okay, I've been in so many relationships that have ended horribly.
Yeah.
Like something bad has happened.
Yeah.
At almost every ending. There's maybe one relationship, it wasn't that bad, but the rest were bad in the last 15 years.
Yes.
So I go, okay, the common denominator, this is me.
Yes.
So let me reflect on who I've been, what I've done, and why I created this in my life, this pattern. And I decided to look at like all the relationships I've been in, what they all had in common. And they had 3 key things in common. I'm sure they had more, but it came down to 3 that I was like, oh wow, this is a big aha moment. The first one is I thought that they were extremely beautiful. Like I was attracted to them physically, sexually I was attracted. Second thing, they had some type of gift or talent that I was inspired by. I was like, wow, this is like this amazing gift that they have.
I get that.
The third thing, in my perception, is they didn't believe they were beautiful and they didn't believe they were talented.
So you could coach them.
I could coach them. And I was like, but look at this, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're so gifted and talented. I want you to see this.
Did your mom have that? Not believe it?
She definitely had like,
something shut off where you would convince her of stuff?
She was suppressed for sure because she had my older brother when she was 19 and then just had to start working and left school to be a mom full time, then had 3 more kids and never got to pursue her dream or really share her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that caused me to coach people was my mom was a very big open-hearted person. Also, though, my mom had a cynicism a lot of my life about what I do. I mean, she just loved me for real, not just based on what I accomplished, but I'm like, Mom, look how funny this joke is, or look how, and she'd kind of roll her eyes. So I found myself attracted to cynical women for a while.
Yeah.
The ones that my ego could redate so I could overcome my mom's approval.
Wow.
So I'm actually looking for the sabotage. And what I believe your tears are for this relationship are the releasing of the story of who you used to be in relationships, and even the child you used to be. Like, this is a different story. This is a person that isn't necessarily repressing themselves, or someone that you need to coach.
No, I don't have to coach her with anything.
So
it's just like magic.
Right. So who would you be without the coacher? Right? Who would you be without that? And our identity that we create is like, I coached my mom, right? Or you get what I'm saying?
I know.
So what I believe the tears are, it's both, of course, a profound appreciation for this moment, but I actually believe almost all of our tears, from just working with so many people and seeing this, is the actual goodbye to a part of what you thought you used to be.
An old identity.
Right.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.